We told you about it at the top of the newscast, and as you can see, several fire companies are on the scene at this hour of a lumberyard fire in South Windham.
This thing's been burning for about an hour now. We are told there are no injuries. Sky 3 pilot Jack Mayers overhead. Jack, what have you been able to learn?
Okay, Don. I just arrived over the scene about 2 minutes ago. This is the Windham Lumber Company out in Windham, Willimantic area, and we've been told there are 6 local fire companies right now that are fighting this fire. It is out of control. We're trying to determine right now whether it started in a building or whether it's just out in the yard, but it is, as you see, burning out of control. They have firefighters on the scene right now, and about 6 companies. So the fire trucks and firefighters all over the place down there. The wind is very strong, I might add, out of the northwest, which I'm sure is hampering the efforts right now. It's right next to the river right here in Windham, and it looks like it's going to be burning for quite some time. It's a very intense, very strong fire, very windy, and I'm sure it's going to be a very, very difficult fire for them to fight.
Jack, the fire companies emphasized to us in our contacts with them that nobody has been hurt. Have you heard anything to the contrary now?
At this point, there are no reports at all, Don, of anybody being injured. I believe it probably started after the company was closed. So right now, unless there have been some firefighters that may have been injured, but at this point, there's no reports of anybody being injured.
Okay, thank you, Jack. We want to advise people to stay away from the area and further advise that routes 32 and 203 in the area of that fire have been closed off. The fire burning out of control, but again, once again, there have been no injuries, and as Jack said, it's going to be a long fire.
Yeah, pictures very, very graphic. Hilton, he said something about the wind tonight that was making it a little, that he thought it was making it a difficult thing to fight.
Well, we've got that northwesterly wind, and Jack is up there. He looks at the wind before he takes off. At Channel 3, our winds are out of the northwest. Not quite as strong. They're at 10 miles an hour, but that certainly is enough to fan the flames. 36 degrees was our temperature at 6. Updating that, it's now 30, but the winds haven't changed, still northwest of 10. Our weather watcher, Buddy Potts from Granville. Buddy reports a kind of chilly temperature. His reading right now is 21 degrees in Granville, 21 in Granville, 28 degrees. The National Weather Service offices in Windsor Locks, 30 degrees at Channel 3 in Hartford, 31 degrees in Bridgeport. Generally a mixture of upper 20s and low 30s with fair weather, clear skies over the northeast, clouds to our southwest. We'll have one more clear day, and then a lot of commotion out west will be moving in our direction. All of the action for the past several days has been out on the Pacific coast. One big storm that hasn't touched the United States, way out in the Pacific area. But the headlines have been coming from Arizona, Southern California, Nevada, places you normally don't associate with precipitation, but seeing is believing. So look at this. They had hail, heavy hail, deep hail, piling up 2 to 3 inches deep in Huntington Beach, California overnight. It looked like snow early this morning. The Pacific Coast Highway south of Los Angeles was closed 2 to 3 hours because of that snowfall. And only in Southern California would you see folks walking around barefoot in the ice. But again, seeing is believing, and this is sunny, quiet, and temperate Southern California. Our color satellite picture's in motion now. You see those clouds lunging to the northeast. It'll be another day and a half before we begin to see signs of them, but once we do, they'll probably wear their welcome out before they leave. Super radar detecting a lot of precipitation over the Gulf Coast states, and radar echoes over the next several days will expand in coverage and move northeastward. Up to 3 feet, more than 3 feet of snow have fallen in Arizona. This storm's still stuck back in the west. This is our current map. Tomorrow's forecast begins to show some movement for that system, and by the weekend, wet weather should be moving into New England. Here's the Weather Watch 3 forecast for you. For tonight, clear and cold, overnight lows 17 to 25, same kind of range we've had most of the month. Tomorrow, bright sunshine, another breezy and chilly day. Highs 40 to 45, 45 in New Haven, 44 in Hartford tomorrow. Tomorrow night, same range, 15 to 25, clear and cold. Friday, mostly sunny. We should begin to see some high thin clouds show up in the afternoon, milder weather with light winds and highs in the 40s. For Saturday, we look for a cloudy day, chance of snow or rain. We don't know what this storm is going to do by the time it gets all the way across the continent, but highs will be in the 30s on Saturday. It's going to be a fairly significant storm for the eastern part of the United States, so we'll follow it closely the next couple of days.
All right, and we won't go barefoot.
Yeah.
No, we won't. Thank you, Hilton. Coming up next on the Night Beat for you, Bill Patrick with sports. He says the guys in green in action tonight.
That means the Whalers and the Celtics are both at home tonight, and we'll stay tuned for the highlights coming up.